Alright guys, this is the review of the homework that you had to do yesterday. Numbers 8 through 28, multiples of 4, 32 to 36, multiples of 4, 44, 48, and 54 was the homework. So again, we're just solving quadratic systems. And again, we're doing all these by substitution and not graphing. So if your book tells you to graph, then you just do it by substitution. The only ones we're graphing are the inequalities. So that's when it has a greater than, equal, greater than, less than, or equal to sign. Those are the only ones that we will graph. If it has an equal sign, we will do them all by substitution. I don't want you to do them by graphing. Alright, so here, see they're equal to y. We put 2x plus 1 in for the y. Quadratic, move everything to one side. So we bring the x squared over, bring the 2x, that cancels out, bring the 1 over, it cancels out. I'm left with x squared equals 0. Solve for x by taking the square root. X equals 0. So x equals 0 is my x. Put 0 back in to find my y. 2 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. So my answer is 0, 1. That was number 8. Number 12, same thing. We're going to put the x plus 6 in. So we get the x plus 6, bring my x squared over. Alright, bring my 3x over, which is 4x. Bring my 2 over, which makes that plus 4. Alright, notice this is a perfect square trinomial. Third term is plus, perfect square, perfect square. So I get x plus 2 squared. So I only have one of those, so instead of equal to 0, x plus 2 equals 0, x equals negative 2. So that's my x. Plug negative 2 back in to find my y. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. So negative 2, 4. The next one, number 16, same thing. Put negative x plus minus 1 in for the y. Negative x minus 1 equals negative 8x squared plus 8x minus 1. Bring the x squared over. Bring the x over. And bring the 1 over. The 1 cancels out. Factor x times x minus 2. So therefore we get x equals 0, x equals 2. So again, put my both parentheses, there's 0 and 2. Put 0 in, I get negative 1. Put 2 in, negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So that's my answer there. These are my answers. Number 20, I got 2 quadratics here, so I'll put the 2 quadratics in. Bring the quadratics all on one side, bring the x squared over, it cancels. 3x. The 1 cancels, so 3x equals 0, x equals 0, so put the 0 in, put 0 in, 0 plus 1 equals 1. So that's my answer. 20 was a pretty easy one. Alright, 24. 24 is a little bit more complex, a little bit more difficult, but we do the same process. Put the negative 3x squared minus x plus 2 in, the x squared plus 2x plus 1. Bring everything to one side, so this brings over to get 4x, this comes over gets 3x, this comes over to gets negative 1. Number factors of negative 4, that was 4 to subtract to equal 3, that's 4 and 1, so I do that. I get factor up to 4x, x plus 1, and negative 1, x plus 1. And again, you're starting to see now why it was so important to learn factoring. And take out the x plus 1, you're left with 4x minus 1. So x equals 1/4 and negative 1. Negative 1 and 1/4. How do I find my y's? Plug it back in. So plug it in here. Negative 1 squared. 2 times negative 1. That's 1. Minus 2, which is negative 1, plus 1 is 0. Alright, the 1/4, a little bit more complex. So I put the 1/4 in, 1/16. 1/4 times 2 is 1/2. Alright, so 1/16, this is 8/16, that's 9/16, and 16 over 16, which is 25 over 16. So those are my values there. 28, again, is the inequality, so that's the one that we have to do the graph. So I get x squared minus 1, so that tells me my vertex is 0, negative 1. Pick a number close to it, so I put 1 in, I get 0, put negative 1, it's the same. So here's my parabola. Here, I need to find my h. Negative b, that's 3 over 2 times negative 1. That's negative 2, so negative 3/2 is my h. Okay, and then I find my k, I get 9/4. So here's 1, 3/2 is right about here. 9/4 is 2 1/4. 1, 2 1/4 is here. Right? So if I put 0 in for this, what do I get? I get 0, so I know it's going to come through here and come down through here. I'm less than this, greater than this. So there's my graph. I'm not looking for exact, I'm looking for vertices, and I'm also looking for another point. Number 32, here, I have to do is to solve for y first, so I take the 2x over, I get 3x plus 5, take the 1 over, I get x squared plus 5x plus 2. Substitute, 3x plus 5 equals x squared plus 5x plus 2. Bring the 3x over, bring the 5 over, x squared plus 2x minus 3. Factors of 3 that will subtract to equal 2, that's 3 and 1. 3 goes with a positive sign, so x equals negative 3 and 1. So put negative 3 and put 1 in. To get the other answer, put negative 3 in for x. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4. And put 1 in for x. 3 plus 5 is 8. 1 times 3 is 3, not 4. Again, we're going to bring the y over. So that gives me y equals negative x squared plus 1. So I have this, so I'm plug them in, substitute, bring everything to one side. That's 2x squared, that's negative 3, 5x. Factors of 6 that will subtract to equal 5, that's 6 and 1. Factor out the 2x, get x minus 3. Factor out the 1, x minus 3. 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. So therefore my x is negative 1/2 and 3. Negative 1/2 and 3. Plug them back in to one of these. I think I plugged it in here. Negative 1/2 squared is 1/4. Minus 1/4 plus 1 is 4/4. That's 3/4. And I put the 3 in. Negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8. All right, 44. I had to do some things first to do this, so I substituted like we did. Bring everything. Should have got rid of my fractions first. I multiplied everything by 2, but I brought everything to one side and then got rid of my fractions. So I get x squared minus 16x plus 17. Factor 17 and 1, so I got 17 and negative 1. Then therefore I just plug them back in to one of these to get negative 31 over 2 and 33 over 2. Alright, that took a little bit of basic math to do that. Number 48 is one that I wouldn't give you on a test. A little bit more complex. We had to use the quadratic formula to get a radical expression. And radical expressions, I'm not going to have you worry about doing this. But if we did a calculator, we would get these decimals. So that one there you can bypass if you didn't understand how to do that one. But that's what we did everything the same, brought everything to the side, factors of 5, that would add up to 14. There is none, so I used the quadratic formula. So plugged in 14 for B, and the 4AC here to get this, simplified to get this, simplified to get this. So I have 1x, which is negative 7/5 plus 2 over square root of 5. And I get negative 7/5 minus 2 square root of 11 over 5. Then I would take each one of these, separate them, plug it back into here, and simplify to get this, is what we would get. So you won't have one of those on your test, so I wouldn't worry about that. Here, x squared, vertex is 0, 0, so here's my graph. Negative x squared plus 1, so it's 0, 1. So here's my graph. Everything below the blue, everything above the green. So there's my shaded portion. Alright, so that's the homework there. Alright, so what I would like you to do tonight, this weekend, is page 262, 8, 10, 18, 22, 26, 37, and 51. Again, I do not want you to send me these pictures. just bring it to me on Monday. We'll go over it on Monday. We will review, and we will try to have your test on Tuesday. But if we're not ready for Tuesday, then we'll have it on Friday. And in between, we'll start reviewing for your exam. But we'll see how you feel on Monday about maybe having your test on Tuesday. We'll see. But I'd like to shoot for Tuesday if we can, but if not, we'll do it on Friday. So page 262, 8, 10, 18, 22, 26, 37, and 51 is your homework. Okay? Have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing you again on Monday.